The Panama Canal is closed. The United States shut it down on January 30th, 2025. This critical waterway, a vital artery of global trade, is now at the heart of a geopolitical storm. China's influence hangs heavy over the canal. Their $4 billion investment has secured them a controlling stake. China's presence in Panama has been steadily growing. They've poured money into various sectors. Infrastructure, telecommunications, and shipping are now heavily influenced by Chinese companies. This level of control has alarmed U.S. officials. The canal is a choke point for global trade. Over 5% of the world's maritime traffic passes through its locks. This includes goods, oil, and military equipment. China's dominance in this region poses a significant threat to U.S. interests. The closure of the canal has sent shockwaves through the global economy. Shipping routes are disrupted, costs are skyrocketing, the world is watching and waiting to see what happens next. The U.S. government views China's control of the canal as a direct threat. Senator Marco Rubio has been particularly vocal. He warns of the canal's potential use for military purposes. Rubio argues that China could easily shut down the canal in a conflict, crippling U.S. supply lines. Military leaders echo these concerns. General Laura Richardson and Admiral Alvin Halsey have both pointed to the dangers of Chinese influence in the region. They highlight the strategic importance of the canal and the risks of relying on a potential adversary for its operation. The U.S. relies heavily on the Panama Canal for its own trade and military movements. Almost half of all U.S. container traffic passes through the canal. Any disruption to this flow of goods would have a devastating impact on the American economy. The U.S. government is now scrambling to respond. They are exploring alternative shipping routes and seeking to strengthen ties with other countries in the region. The situation remains tense with no clear solution in sight. Former President Donald Trump has long been a critic of Panama Canal management. He has repeatedly accused Panama of unfair pricing and cozying up to China. In his 2025 inaugural address, Trump vowed to regain U.S. control of the canal. Trump's rhetoric has further inflamed the situation. He issued an ultimatum to Panamanian President Mulino, demanding concessions and threatening to take action. This aggressive stance has been met with defiance from Panama. President Mulino has denounced Trump's threats as imperialistic and vowed to protect his country's sovereignty. He has also reached out to international allies, seeking support in the face of U.S. pressure. Panama is caught in the middle of a geopolitical tug-of-war. They are trying to balance their economic relationship with China with their long-standing ties to the United States. It's a delicate balancing act with high stakes. The closure of the Panama Canal has sent shockwaves through the global economy. Shipping companies are scrambling to reroute cargo. Prices for goods are rising as supply chains are disrupted. The impact is being felt worldwide. The canal handles an immense volume of trade. It connects 144 maritime routes and serves 160 countries. The current shutdown is causing major disruptions to global shipping lanes. The United States has a long and complicated history with the Panama Canal. The U.S. completed the canal in 1914 and controlled it for decades. In 1977, the U.S. agreed to transfer control to Panama by the end of the century. The current crisis highlights the strategic importance of the Panama Canal. It also underscores the growing influence of China and the challenges facing the United States in maintaining its global dominance. The world is watching to see how this geopolitical drama unfolds.